Hey folks, Jackdaw here with an incredibly exciting news update on the next Dragon Age game. Today we've got many huge development news stories on Dragon Age 4, from its current shape and milestone progression to its potential release window. You better brew a good cup of tea or coffee and strap yourselves in because we've got many exhilarating news updates to talk about. Now, I am not one to waste time, so let's just jump straight into Dragon Age 4's very good shape, an update on the fan-wanted Dragon Age Trilogy Remaster, and Dragon Age 4's potential release window, all reported by VentureBeat journalist Jeff Grubb, who I've talked about a fair bit on this channel, with his many previous reports that he has made on Dragon Age 4. Now, during the latest episode of Jeff Grubb's podcast, known as Grubb Snacks, that released on February 18th, Jeff made an unofficial update on the next Dragon Age. Now, before I dissect everything that Jeff said, I've got to state that this isn't official news from BioWare. However, I very much trust Jeff. He has a very good reputation in the video games press industry, and he's made very accurate reports on the next Dragon Age so far. So we shouldn't take this as the gospel truth, but I would say it's still very credible. So just take this as you will. But jumping into this, Jeff has said that Dragon Age 4 is in very good shape. Jeff said that overall, when BioWare look at where they're supposed to be at in the development cycle of Dragon Age 4, they are hitting their milestones and where they are supposed to be, and the game is on schedule. Now, based on Grubb sources, Dragon Age 4 is unlikely to be released until the second half of 2023 at the earliest. Jeff said it is still at least 18 months out from today, so not early 2023, maybe late 2023, maybe. That seems to be the earliest you can begin to expect it. Interestingly enough, Grubb also made a claim that there are no plans for a remastered Dragon Age trilogy similar to the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. He said that this is partly because the Dragon Age games aren't as linked as the Mass Effect trilogy is in terms of it being one complete story. And also, each of the Dragon Age games are built on different engines, meaning more work would be involved in updating them. With that, Jeff Grubb's reports on Dragon Age 4 so far have been consistent. Last year he reported that Dragon Age 4 is expected for a 2023 release window, which lines up directly with this story. And even further, Jeff said last year that we're going to hear more about the next game in 2022, which also lines up with the fact that we didn't get anything really official from BioWare other than concept art last year. Also coinciding with BioWare's blog post that said that BioWare are excited to talk about the next Dragon Age this year. So I would say Jeff's reports here are pretty valid and consistent, but again, take this as you will. I'm fully going with it because I do trust Jeff as a video games press. Okay, so my thoughts on each of these updates. Let's start with that 2023 release window. Initially, when I saw this story pop up on Twitter, straight away I googled 18 months from now, and at the time on Friday, 18 months from then, was August 18th, 2023. Now, by Jeff Grubb saying that Dragon Age 4 is 18 months out, he doesn't mean that the game is going to release on the 18th of August, 2023. It's just an initial release window. The fact that Dragon Age 4 is at least 18 months away. Because if you remember, for the longest time, we heard reports that Dragon Age 4 would be releasing anytime after April 2022. And with that, we all assumed that meant it was coming in 2022, which of course we now know is not true. Whether the game was internally delayed, or whether that was just never the case, we don't know. However, while it's really exciting that the next Dragon Age could come out in August 2023, I would not bank on that, folks. I would say we should all keep our expectations at a bare minimum on 2024, honestly. And I've got many reasons for that. First of all, the pandemic. Many games companies have delayed their games these past years because of the pandemic and its many difficulties. Many games like, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, those games were supposed to come out last year and they've been delayed till this year and maybe even beyond. And as we know, thanks to Sela Costa, we have many insights on Dragon Age 4's production through the pandemic, and while the team have massively endured, bravely so, the game has still had a lot of shortcomings and delays. With BioWare's emphasis on putting the developers first, milestones and deadlines were pushed back so they could fully achieve that and then slowly get the game's production back into a steady ease. That still took some time. Now, regardless of the pandemic and its difficulties, I think that we should expect a delay because BioWare just have a habit of delaying their games. Anthem, Dragon Age Inquisition, Mass Effect Andromeda, the most recent games that have came out from BioWare have all received delays. While Dragon Age Inquisition was only a month delay, I'm pretty sure Anthem was delayed by an entire year. And ultimately, that is not a bad thing. The more time spent on Dragon Age 4 in its production stages, the better. Like, based on these reports, this isn't like Anthem and Andromeda, where those games were delayed because of pre-production or because of technical difficulties. Dragon Age 4 is apparently in a very good shape. And I think in that current state, spending more more time in that can only be better, right? Like Shigeru Miyamoto said, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. I know that the entire Dragon Age community wants a brilliant Dragon Age game, and I think what we can do as a fan base to support that is just allow BioWare to create this game in their own time and not push for an earlier release. With that, I'm just going to expect Dragon Age 4 early 2024, mainly for developers' sake, but also for our own sake, so we're not constantly expecting to see something. This 18 months is a bare minimum after all. So while 2023 would be amazing and exciting, I would say let's all advocate for a late 2023 to an early 2024 release window. I could see Dragon Age 4 releasing in that first quarter of 2024, which I think ends towards the start of April. So essentially 18 to 24 months as opposed to just expecting the game in 18 months, which is a 2-year wait. Nothing that we haven't done before. But I just want to reiterate that this is even more exciting with the fact that Dragon Age 4 is actually in a very good shape at the moment, and that there is still 18 to 24 months of development left on the game, that it can be put into an even better shape. The reports that we've had on BioWare's development cycle throughout these past years, where the game makes its final good shape towards the end of development, with this pirate ship that kind of just pushes and pushes and pushes until the game is in that crunch stage and then it's finally released. The fact that Dragon Age 4 is already at a very good point right now is fantastic, and hopefully is going to reduce crunch largely, which is another reason why I am advocating for a 2024 release. Let's just allow this team to create the best Dragon Age possible with as much time as possible. Heck, if they want to release it late 2024, I'm not complaining, because I really want Dragon Age 4 to be as fantastic as it possibly can be. But anyway, moving on to these no Dragon Age remasters, I am pretty saddened by this because I think that we could have at least got a Dragon Age Origins remaster. I was never anticipating an entire Trilogy remaster because yeah, like Dragon Age Inquisition is on the Frostbite engine and Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 are on the Eclipse engine. Like that's already an impossible task, but a Dragon Age Origins remaster would have been fantastic. Now Mark Darrah, although he doesn't work at BioWare anymore, so bear that in mind, he did say that it would be most likely to see a Dragon Age Inquisition remaster because that is on Frostbite and that would be easier to do than the Dragon Age Origins one, where Dragon Age Origins' textures would have to be upraised and they may not exist anymore and the technology there might just be outdated. Inquisition has all of that there, where it would be easy to upraise those textures and get that game running on next-gen consoles and high-end PCs. So maybe that's what BioWare are more in line of thinking. Jeff said, as quote, "There are no plans for a remastered Dragon Age trilogy similar to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. An Inquisition or a solo Origins remaster or remake is completely different to the treatment that Mass Effect got. We could just have one game upraised, remastered to next-gen consoles." I think that would be a great way to market the next game too. Like, yep, Dragon Age 4 is coming out in 2024 and you can play Dragon Age Inquisition or Dragon Age Origins again, upraised, remastered, go for it, enjoy that sweet, sweet story. We're just gonna have to see if any of that comes into fruition. It does seem very unlikely though. That's my main thoughts I have at the moment. Overall, it's super exciting that Dragon Age 4 is in very good shape and it's passing its milestones on schedule for a late 2023 to 2024 release window. On top of those stories, we've got more things to uncover. Someone on Twitter shared their hopes that Dragon Age 4 would get situated before BioWare begin to talk about the next Dragon Age, to which BioWare Director of Audio Eric Vervaet replied, "Why not both? Dragon Age is shaping up nicely, not to worry." Which honestly just reiterates what Jeff Grubb has said about Dragon Age 4's current production. I know I'm going over it and over it, but it's honestly just so exciting to say and hear that Dragon Age 4 right now is in a good place, considering all of the different news updates we've had over last year with the departures and the single player pivot and potentially another rework. It's so good to say that Dragon Age 4 is in good shape right now. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about a new BioWare hiring and a BioWare departure. January 10th marked Sez Young's first day at BioWare as a technical animator. Super excited to see what work you come up with, Sez Young. Hope that your first month at BioWare has been absolutely fantastic. And on January 22nd, Andrew Johnson, EA's manager of core community for Star Wars and BioWare titles, decided to leave Electronic Arts. Andrew was a fellow Twitter mutual and I've spoken with him a few times. At one point he gave me an Anthem code for free during the first lockdown. He's always shown kindness to me and I'm absolutely wishing him the best in his future endeavours. Speaking for the community, Andrew, we really appreciate the time and dedication that you have put in, largely working on BioWare titles. And wrapping this up with a few fun teasers, Gareth David Lloyd tweeted, "Back in the home studio recording ... #secrets. What is Gareth David Lloyd currently recording? This could be something absolutely out there, like it could be a Big Fish Doctor Who production audiobook about his character in Torchwood, but it also could be Dragon Age 4, folks. There's a potential. There is is an absolute potential, especially the fact that he is recording his face, potentially for facial animations. I'm not too sure, but when I saw this, I did immediately freak out and just assume Dragon Age 4, Dragon Age 4, Dragon Age 4, Solas, oh my lord, I cannot wait, but that remains to be seen. And finally, Jen Chevry-Cott tweeted, "My favourite thing about showcases at work is everyone hyping each other up in the team Slack channel, proving that BioWare are currently showing everybody in different departments their current work in progress." Which I just threw this in there because it's just exciting that Dragon Age 4 is underway and it's in a very good shape. Anyway, attempting to summarise and trying not to reiterate what I've already gone through, I just genuinely hope that Dragon Age 4 spends as much time in its production stages as possible. Like, I've been a content creator on Dragon Age since 2016 anyway. I don't mind waiting at least 2 years until we see this game at a fully polished state. As long as BioWare are able to create the very best game that they want to and their ambitions are able to be met, which is something that it sounds like they want to do with, you know, Sila Costa sharing at Brazil's festival about this being the very best story that the team may well be creating. Like, I want them to live up to that, and so I really want to advocate for more time, and I just ask that you as my audience can follow that too. You know, I get it, we've been waiting 7 to 8 years for Dragon Age 4, and the Trespasser DLC has just left us heartbroken as a perfect cliffhanger for what's coming next. But folks, the end is in sight, and that's for a release window. Just imagine the marketing stages when they begin to ramp up, and hopefully BioWare are in a point where they actually want to show us something this year. And with the fact that it is currently in a good shape, they may well do so. We may actually see another trailer and something more substantial on this next game. But yeah folks, please, let's just try and support these developers during all of this and just be excited about this next game. You know, I'm seeing a lot of negativity on Twitter, but there's so much to be excited about. The next Dragon Age game is in a good shape, its milestones are being met, and it could be here within 2 years. It's definitely going to be an exciting journey right here on my channel, and if you're all here for that, then let me know in the comments down below. I want to know if you're here for the long haul, folks. Please let me know. But until the next one, you're already in the right place for all your super exciting Dragon Age 4 news updates as this game ramps up its development. I'd love to hear every single thought that you have. But until the next one, folks, you're already in the right place for all of your Dragon Age needs. Gonna be talking about the next Mass Effect in the future, and I may talk about Baldur's Gate 3 in the future too. Gonna spice up my content a little bit. You know, I'm still gonna be your Mr. Dragon Age, your Mr. BioWare man, but also I'm thinking about delving into other fantasy games too that are very similar to Dragon Age, but also a bit different, like Baldur's Gate. We'll see, but prepare yourself for that. But anyways, you're already in the right place for all of your Dragon Age content. I've been Jackdaw, and I should go. Wahoo-oh, wahoo-oh.